there are 75% more landscape companies than there were 20 years ago. So you're approaching year 10, and there are a number of people who've been in it for 20, 30, 40 years. And even those people who have been at it for 20 that have an established brand have 75% more competitors than they did 20 years ago.
Marketing is kind of like the law of the harvest. You have to plant the seed, and then you don't harvest it right away, right? That harvest happens over the next 2, 3, 4 years.
I think sometimes people are like, oh, well, we don't need to do marketing because we do a good job. And I'm always like, no, you need to do both. You need to do an incredible job for people, earn reviews, ask for them, and invest in marketing. Hey everyone, we are here at an epic landscape installation in Dallas, Texas. I just finished a video shoot with Ramblin' Jackson client Jeff Riddle from Alterra Landscape Design. This is, I think, our third video shoot together.
Yeah.
And it was fun coming here in September.
It's more fun this time.
I think, well, why was it more fun for you
Well, I was
this time?
just such a novice last time and so uncomfortable. And I got used to it, but it was still sort of like, I don't know, having a wisdom tooth removed.
Well, the other thing is you were in the videos the least this time.
Right, by design.
So you've grown your staff. You have Tyler and Hayden, who are principals in the company. And so they were in the videos for the most part. The other thing is we brought the teleprompter.
Right.
So how was doing the teleprompter versus
Teleprompter was much easier. I think you got to be careful that it doesn't sound scripted and read, but as far as the experience, it's just much easier.
I think so, because you can get those important things down and you don't forget them.
Right.
And the way we used to do it before, you'd have to look down at the script, memorize a line, look into the camera and do it. And that was brutal.
Oh yeah.
That was brutal. That would take 40 minutes to do what we get done in sometimes 5 or 10 now.
Yeah. So,
And we got to enjoy some landscape. So tell us a little bit about this yard that we're in. You designed this one, right?
Yes. Yeah, so this was a typical, North Dallas neighborhood, just terrible, old 50-year-old backyard, mud and old grass, a little bitty patio. It's not very user-friendly for this young family that moved here in here, bought the house. They have two little girls, and very, very unfriendly space the way we found it.
Yeah, I interviewed Mac, and he was talking about how it was all concrete.
Right.
So was there concrete even back here?
Yeah, the driveway came from the street down the side and then wrapped around back here. So it was basically concrete and, mud.
So you put in a small pool with a hot tub.
Yeah. So this is a backyard with everything you'd want. So it's got a small, what we call a cocktail pool, or we call them purpose-built pools, where we look at your mission for the backyard and we design the pool around that. So it's a smaller pool. He wanted it up closer to the house. It's got a hot tub with it and a little tanning ledge, and it's just perfect for a small family in a smaller backyard. And then artificial turf, some very nice pool decking, and then the barrier trees around the perimeter. These trees will eventually grow up and just create this sort of intimate space right in the middle of Dallas. It's just beautiful.
Mac was telling me how much he enjoys all those plants and all the wildlife that they brought, from birds and bees to rabbits and all different kinds of things.
What's amazing how much wildlife is in these old neighborhoods in Dallas. Some of it desirable, some of it not.
Yeah, he was telling the story of the coyote.
So so the coyotes, the feral cats, the rabbits, and the rats sort of battle it out, right, for supremacy, and the coyotes are at the top of the food chain. But they have a lot of butterflies. They'll eventually get little screech owls in these junipers, and little bunnies sneak under the fence, nibble on the perennials, and these little girls love it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful space, and right now we're under this huge umbrella, which has incredible rotation and tilt,
dexterity,
and this was great for the video shoot because we shot 2 of your testimonials and now the podcast right underneath it.
Right.
Because there is 0 clouds
Right.
today.
It's hot.
It is a hot, sunny day, and I'm
Very
amazed
bright.
how much cooler it is under here,
Yeah.
and just it gives
So
you.
this is a 13-foot cantilevered umbrella by Treasure Garden, and it swivels 360 degrees, and then it tilts. It does all kinds of angles, and you can literally just block out the sun as it moves around during the day. And then it'll swivel over and shade the pool and keep the pool water cooler. It's just a great thing to have in a small backyard like this, and in Texas where it's really hot and really bright. Yeah.
One of the things we wanted to chat about was the market.
Yeah.
The market and marketing.
Right. Yeah, so we're, in an interesting time where we're through the COVID rush for landscaping, outdoor living spaces, and I think you've said it, like we're back to normal volume of work and so forth, which feels, right now I think it feels to everybody like we're sort of in a downturn, but in reality we're probably back to what's typically normal, maybe a little below that.
I think a little lower.
Yeah, and it depends on where in the country you are.
Well,
right?
yeah, here in Texas, I'm actually not seeing it as much. And one of the kind of macroeconomic, components is population change, and Texas continues to grow. I mean, I interviewed one of your clients today, and they moved here from Canada.
Yep.
So
Just got here.
they're not all moving from California,
Right.
but there are a lot of people moving from California,
Canada, right.
but from Canada or other places. And what I'm seeing is the states who have a net population increase typically have an increase in demand for landscape. Because people move here, they often sell their house elsewhere, they bring equity with them, they arrive and they're like, you know what, I want an awesome front yard or an awesome backyard. So I am seeing more of a downturn in the Northeast, in New Jersey and New York in particular.
Right.
It seems to be back to normal-ish in Colorado.
Yeah. So it's a function of how much the demand is, and then how many firms are here that can fill that demand. So with the people moving in, also has come other firms moving in. So the number of outdoor living firms in the DFW area has gone up with the population. So when we have a dip, then you just got that same number of firms chasing, a little bit less work. So it feels a little bit here like there's a downturn, but the market's still very healthy.
Well, and like the competition is important, because I presented at the Texas Nursery Landscape Association earlier this year, and there are 75% more landscape companies than there were 20 years ago. So you're approaching year 10. And there are a number of people who've been in it for 20, 30, 40 years. And even those people who have been at it for 20 that have an established brand have 75% more competitors than they did 20 years ago.
Yeah, right. So it's a function of the demand and then the competition. So, so we're seeing generally leads, the volume of leads has gone down, and that produces some anxiety in us. Even though we don't, we can't service all the leads we have, but still watching the leads drop, and people, like we have folks calling us looking for jobs that have been laid off from another firm somewhere. And all that just creates a little bit of anxiety, and it makes it kind of hard to keep your foot on the gas of your marketing when that happens. But we have done that. Like, we have, not by necessarily design, but we haven't taken our foot off the gas of our marketing budget. And we had in the plan already to do a new website at the end of this year, so we can launch it at the first part of 26. And we just, we had some discussion about, man, should we make that investment right now? And we all decided to go ahead and do that. And I think that was a wise thing, although it does create some anxiety. As you watch the market sort of get a little softer, you're like, man, should we be spending this much on marketing? And I know you have thoughts about that.
Well, so I'm thinking back, I think it was 4 or 5 years ago. When did we do the interview on your front porch?
Probably about then.
Yeah, because we had a similar conversation, and at that time you were saying that you suspect that there will be a downturn.
Yes, right.
And that based on your experience.
I've been suspecting a downturn for at least 10 years.
Well, we met in 2018, almost 10 years ago, and we had that conversation the
and
day
all the
we
young
met.
Guys, all the young guys that work with me are going, like, are you just a grumpy old man, or what's wrong with you? And I'm like, no,
so
it's
I think
going to happen.
It's you're not alone in having that feeling, and I think it's brave to talk about it in many ways, because many people don't want to admit it, but the truth is most business owners have that fear or that anxiety going on that there is a downturn. So at that time you said, and it's not me, the marketing guy, I'm like, yeah, you should be marketing. You said you should be marketing through it, and you have done that, and you did increase. You're actually spending more this year on marketing than ever before, right?
Right, yeah.
And you're also, what's happening this year?
Well, we're having a very good year. I mean, so we're reaping the harvest of past, efforts, expenses, and so forth with marketing, because marketing is kind of like the law of the harvest. You have to plant the seed, and then you don't harvest it right away, right? That harvest happens over the next 2, 3, 4 years. I love your analogy of the tree of good fortune, and that tree has to be planted, has to grow, and then it starts to produce, fruit. So we're harvesting right now from our past investment, and then, we kind of look forward to the transition from, me to the younger guys. In the next 10 years, we're going to be harvesting from this investment.
I like your participation in the tree of good fortune.
Yes.
I mean, because you do it. You've invested with us. We've planted it. We're nurturing it. We're now redesigning your website. It was a great website, and 2018 was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And our design skills and capabilities have grown, and so have yours.
Yeah.
I've spent the last 3 days with your customers in person, and I want to share that it's not only the marketing. You guys take incredible care of your customers. So we're doing marketing, and I'm doing interviews with them, but I'm listening to them, and all of them mentioned your website and your reviews and your photos.
Right.
And they also mentioned that you took incredible care of them. So it's not like, I think sometimes people are like, oh, well, we don't need to do marketing because we do a good job. And I'm always like, no, you need to do both. You need to do an incredible job for people, earn reviews, ask for them, and invest in marketing. Because when people either only invest in marketing, but they're not very good at what they do, or they're missing what you guys have, the photos and the reviews, it doesn't work.
Right.
I have the it's not working conversation with people, and I'm like, well, look, you've got to do. And that's why I created the tree of good fortune. Is like, it's like a garden, and there's all these different components to it.
Well, we've seen it work. Like, I remember meeting you in 2018, and the analogy, the visual's powerful, and then we do what we do, and which is taking care of the customers. We show up when we say we're going to show up. We're on time. Just the little things that make a big difference. And then you guys do what you guys do. And when you put it together, it's been great. I mean, the current website has generated, a lot of revenue for us over the last five years, and it still is. So it's getting dated, which is why we're updating it. But it still is, and we're updating it for lots of reasons. One of which is sort of this AI thing that's come into play.
You're right. We were not talking about AI in 2018 at all, and I would say even a year ago, people weren't. I mean, maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah.
But this year, I also think, and we were, before we pressed record, talking about Y2K. And we're
the
working,
doomsday
the
of
doomsday.
Y2K
Yeah.
that
So
never happened.
I spend a lot of time reading articles and studies and case studies and like market trends, and I think the AI hype is way over marketed. I think it's fear mongering. I think fear sells
Yeah.
everything. If you want to sell pharmaceuticals, marketing, cars, tires,
Right.
brakes,
Right.
drainage, you could scare people. Oh, if you don't do your drainage, your house is gonna. And it is true.
Yeah.
So there is truth that
Right.
that people are using AI. And I just read though that Google searches have increased despite the growth of ChatGPT. So a lot of people are like, oh, ChatGPT is, everyone's using it instead of searching on Google for businesses. And there's no data to support that. The use of ChatGPT is growing, and so is Google search.
Yeah, so we've had some interesting discussions about
Yeah.
that, like, because we're being told and we see things about this cataclysmic shift about search, how the searches work and keywords and all of that and all that algorithm, and you guys are sort of helping us navigate this and say, well, maybe it's not as big a deal as we think.
I think it is changing.
Yeah.
And I actually personally hired a remodeler that I found on ChatGPT. So for a major construction project.
Right.
And I also Googled them and I looked at their website and their photos and their reviews, but I got to them first in ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And so there are many stories like that of people like me and people using it, but overall,
we have a good number of clients that we've engaged with recently who've said, yeah, we found you with an AI search, right? So it is happening.
yeah,
But
it is. And also, I think it's important for people to know a lot of what you need to do to show up in those AI searches is SEO. Because your website is like the source of information, and the AI tools are extracting information from it.
Yeah.
They're extracting information from Facebook reviews, your Google business profile, your website,
video.
video,
Right.
short form video, social media.
Yeah.
So all of these things are influencing it.
Which only helps companies like us. Our firms like us are just going to benefit because we have deep content. We can go even deeper because we really do have good, rich, deep content. So, which y'all are helping us capture for the last couple of days.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting even more of it. And one of the things that I love about doing video, and like while I'm here, I'm like envisioning transcribing all of the video and like putting these transcripts on your website. So like we interviewed somebody today about the front yard, and we're also building a pricing guide and like an ROI calculator page, and people, they might search on Google or ChatGPT or whatever AI tool, like how much does a front yard renovation cost in Dallas? And wow, you're going to have all this rich content. And then when people get to the point of looking at you, you've got the things that actually, I think, impact the sale, which are reviews. Every single testimonial mentioned reviews. So they're looking at your reviews, they're looking at your photos, and now we have video of a customer who's like, hey, I hated my front yard. I hired Alterra. They got it done in 3 weeks, and she literally won an award in her neighborhood.
Yeah.
So we have a video of a real customer saying that.
Yeah.
And that can go on social media. It can go on YouTube. The transcripts on your website. So video, I maintain, is still one of the ultimate levers to pull in marketing. But the thing is, for folks listening or watching, that you're doing it.
Yeah.
Is why I'm excited to have you here. Is like you're actually doing it, and like you said, it's uncomfortable to be on video. It's uncomfortable to invest in marketing, and that's why a lot of people don't do it. And who's gonna make it, right? Yeah. All these new companies. If people, once that COVID wave we're on the other side of it, you're gonna need to market.
Yeah.
And the people who invest in their brand and their video are going to have a huge advantage.
Right. Yep. We believe that, and so that's why we're making the investment. We keep, working together, continue to improve the video, the short reels, our Instagram posts, and you can see it right now in this area, and DFW area is very competitive, and the major firms here are just up in the marketing game like crazy, right? So we used to see Instagram posts maybe once a month, and now we're the big firms in Dallas are posting once a day. So, yeah.
Well, and I think on that note, we are making some professional video content. We've got multiple cameras and lights and nice microphones, and we scripted things. And I think that has its place. And I'm absolutely advocating for what you guys are starting to do, which is what I call boots on the ground content, where
reels,
you literally show up and record on your phone and post it. Right. And it could be real simple, like, hey, we're at this property today.
Yeah, and it feels awkward, it just feels weird video, taking a selfie, and for me, but it's a muscle, that you use it and you train yourself, and it gets easier.
Well, it is a muscle, and I found I actually was resisting doing it, believe it or not. And then once I literally wrote it into my job description,
wow.
One of my accountabilities is to be the face of the company in public speaking and social media. Yep. So now that's like it's my job.
So there's 3 principles in our firm, and we've done that literally in the last 12 months. It's like, look, part of our job description, and we didn't use those words, but part of what we're expected to do is produce content. We create content every day. The question is, are we capturing it? It's so easy to do it if you just sort of think about, hey, I'm parking in front of a project, I'm getting out of my truck, I'm going to go on site, I have my phone anyway, right? Am I going to capture any content while I'm here? And it's if you sort of shift your thinking, you can.
One of the things that I do to help me get it done is I use ChatGPT. So when I get back into my truck after this shoot, I literally pull out the phone and I talk to ChatGPT about what did I do, and I have it. I'm like, help me write a Instagram post. Today I recorded a video at Alterra's client's house. They had a really cool pool and artificial turf. They had pollinators, and we recorded a podcast, and it was fun. And then I let it edit it for me, and I review it. Yeah. That's kind of my method, is I voice into it, and then I have mine kind of trained to write like me. But I often find that the posts that I write that are just like, today I did this with this person, and I enjoyed this part of it.
Yeah. I mean, we wrote the scripts for these videos a couple Fridays ago, and the 3 of us, 4 of us, we're in a conference room with ChatGPT pulled up, and we just threw in some outlines, and out pops the scripts, and we edited them. Time.
So I want to emphasize that part, because I think a lot of people skip the human review part,
right?
And it's like, this sounds like garbage,
right?
So I think it's good to get into a rough draft or a first draft, and then I always edit it.
Right. It's a tool.
It is a tool.
You can't just let the tool run wild on its own, because it will embarrass you. But if you edit, we did 4 days worth of work in 4 hours with ChatGPT.
It is amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah, I think it's bigger than email. It's bigger than the internet. It's a huge new phenomenon.
I think it is.
I don't think it's as scary as folks are maybe making it out to be, but it's huge for productivity and certain things. And it's come a long way in the last 2 or 3 years. In the next 10 years, I can't imagine. What we're gonna see. Yeah.
It's gonna keep changing.
Yeah.
So what will we be talking about in 5 years?
Robot dogs.
Robot dogs.
planting plants or loading trucks, or
yeah,
I really think
I
that
think
there's
you're
going
right.
to be,
I think you're right.
you know, autonomous robots very soon that are doing things like painting and, you know, even hanging drywall or, you know, planting plants.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see.
It'll be
Well, Jeff,
interesting. Yep.
thanks for coming on the Landscaper's Guide. It's been fun.
Oh yeah, it's been my pleasure, and we love working with you guys, and I'd recommend you guys highly to, you know, anybody that has a landscape firm that needs good digital marketing, and just love getting to know y'all and working with you guys the last 6-7 years.
You
now.
too. Thank you. All right, everyone, thanks for watching The Landscaper's Guide. If you'd like to have a conversation with us about your marketing, book a 15-minute marketing brainstorm call at landscapersguide.com/brainstorm, and we'll help you figure out who is your hell yes customer and what kind of marketing do you need to do to get more of them finding you. My name's Jack Justice, and I'll look forward to talking with you next week on The Landscaper's Guide.